system testing. Before acceptance testing, we do the system testing. So whenever we want to deliver the software, we have to recheck, re-verify, revalidate the system as a whole. We are not talking about a software. Software may be working with certain other subsystems. It can be hardware. It can be people. It can be information coming from different interfaces, from different hardware, from different network interfaces or database interfaces. So software is ultimately incorporated with all these systems. And then we apply a series of system integration and validation test. Again we do it, integration validation test. We do it on a whole system. This is called the system testing. Because it involves recovery testing, security testing, stress testing, performance testing. So whenever we do certain testing, especially the system testing, there is a problem of finger pointing. That is, everyone blames on one another. That is, developers of different subsystems or system elements, they may blame each other for the problem or the error. They say, oh, I have made a very good system. The problem is in that system. So rather than indulging in this finger pointing, why not to anticipate, why not to plan, why not to test the potential interfacing problems? Because when the two or multiple subsystem combine, the main problem is because of the interfaces. For example, you are making a software and you are having a serial input or a parallel input or even a TCP/IP connection. Now, whenever you are interacting with a system which is different from what you have or what you have built, there may be some potential interfacing errors problem. Okay. So there are certain things we need to understand while we are doing the system testing or while we are planning for it. The design error handling paths that test all information coming from other elements of the system. What do? We make a software by designing for the software. We are not designing it for the whole system. So we need to be very careful and very diligent when we are actually designing, and also the requirement specification. So these two should have the interface issues. Okay. Tests that simulate potential errors at the software interface. Most of the time the problems are at the interface. So there has to be some tests that will actually emulate or simulate the potential errors that may be because of the system interfacing. And then we have to record all the result of these tests, because if finger pointing is there has to be something to be presented as an evidence. And then we all need to participate, all the system element, all the system subsystem people and the stakeholders involved. We need to participate in planning and design of the system test in order to ensure that software, not only the software, but the system is adequately tested. So in system testing, major we have recovery testing, security testing, stress testing. Then we have the sensitivity testing. Then load testing is also there. Performance testing is also there. So recovery testing is that will force the software to fail, and how the system recovers, we'll see. Security testing, there are certain mechanisms which are built in your software for security. Does these, deter the improper penetration in different ways? This is the security testing. And then we have the stress testing. Sometimes people also call, a different variant of this load testing. So stress testing is now we are putting all the, load or the stress on the system, like the abnormal quantity, frequency, volume. We need to see how system behaves when we put extra pressure on the system, stress on the system. So these are different aspects of system testing. We do it all in system testing.